Hi, welcome to the Market Alert for Friday, the 8th of December 2023. So yesterday's news, Japan attack. The dollar dumps on yen strength. Big tech rips ahead of buyback blackout. And US stocks were led higher by communications and tech on AI optimism, while the JPY surged amid Bank of Japan speculation. So looks like they're going to be cutting rates then, does it, in Japan? Data releases were mixed, and the focus now turns to the approaching non-farm payrolls report, which of course is going to be out today at 1:30. So we're looking at 184 versus 150 before. So if we get the 184 and the interest rates aren't going up, then the market's going to move higher. That's what is being indicated there. So we'll see what happens when they are released at 1:30. Okay, let's move on and have a look at the markets from yesterday and kick off with the Dow. So in the Dow, down day yesterday, sideways to lower. We did test Wednesday's low, but the market now starting to move back. Not surprising really. The market likes to rip higher during the non-farm payroll numbers. There you can see we had a bit of a shakeout. We then came back above the low and the close to finish higher. We've had a bit of a pullback overnight, but the market's above the DP, the close, and just trying to attempt to get through the 200 MA there. And if so, then you can head towards yesterday's high and continue on to those all-time highs that we see in the monthly chart that's still not been taken out, whereas all other indices have actually traded back to all-time highs. Not a lot on the upside to do this, so if we get some really positive news today, then that will be enough to drive prices to the upside there. In the German DAX, inside bar yesterday, really quiet, but overnight the markets moved more than it did during yesterday's whole session. There you can see with about 70 points. Overnight the markets moved quite nicely, taking out the high already of yesterday, but pulling back a bit there with some profit taking at the moment. S&P 500 remains in a sideways channel there, ready to break through to the upside by the looks of things, still finding support at the 20 bar moving average, and in the 30-minute chart, so you can see yesterday the market not letting the lows of the previous day be affected and then just driving the market to the upside there. Overnight market above the close, the DP, the 200 MA, the 50 EMA, and just needs to get back above the 5 and the 20 there. In the FT 100, stuck in the sideways range. Again, we've got that same pattern we had before where we've got these sort of ascending triangles. And again, it's indicative of the market breaking to the upside with this sort of thing, unless the non-farm payroll figures are absolutely disastrous. But even if they are, they'll just shake it out and then bring it back as they normally do, as it's bonus season. Market off Wednesday's low during yesterday's session, market pulling back to the close and through the 200 MA, but didn't stay below for long as the market then moved higher. And overnight prices have continued to move way through the high of yesterday. US dollar market down yesterday, which is interesting because the metals weren't, well certainly silver wasn't, and up on the overnight. So let's have a look at the impact of the Japanese making statements or rumours yesterday and how this has affected the metals too. Well, overnight the market is starting to bounce, but yesterday we didn't see much of a bounce. There is some climatic action here at this 200 MA. The market's got to hold this level, because if it doesn't, then we're going down to retest these sort of lows. So at the moment the market is holding. There is a lot of volume there. It's going to be interesting at 1:30 for sure. So yesterday afternoon, again, the classic, down we go. At the moment we're above the DP, but will it hold, or would it just retest yesterday's low and continue that downward move that we've already got in the daily chart there? So I've sort of looked at the gold markets, far more stable, as you can see there, sideways, not even actually making rising lows compared to the daily chart of silver where it's been hammered. So that's going to have an impact on the gold silver ratio we'll look at in a moment. Market below the DP at the moment in the gold. These two markets will be affected by those non-farm payrolls at 1:30. So let's have a quick look at the gold silver ratio. And as I said yesterday, we're heading back up towards 90. You can see that certainly to the resistance we've got here. So we're still on target for 87 area. At the moment we're at 85. That could quite easily happen today. You can see how vertical this has been over the last few days. What a surprise. Not. Because if you just go back through the chart, you will see many examples of this, where they just manipulate the price and then rip the gold silver ratio moves to the upside. There's plenty of examples of this, which, like I say, is no surprise whatsoever. So again, there's a pattern here to what's happening, and it's more than just a coincidence. Okay, let's have a quick look at the basic trades for yesterday. Well, yesterday there weren't any trades. It was a very quiet day, as we saw from the daily chart. The market was sideways. We had a potential sell there to kick off the day, but wasn't filled. And then the market just traded in a sideways range, which you can see there throughout the whole of the session. Again, it's no surprise really, given that the market is waiting for today's non-farm payrolls. A bit of a spike to the upside there, but it didn't even follow the Dow yesterday afternoon. Really, really quiet. So we'll look at the overnight market for the DAX. And there you can see that we're through yesterday's high, but we've spiked through. We've come back at the moment, sitting on the 50 EMA, and you've got the R1 there as well. So again, just waiting to see what happens at the kickoff. And just a reminder how quiet it was yesterday. The market sideways, but moving slightly higher in the overnight market there. So today's non-farm payroll numbers, market will probably be fairly quiet until these are released at 1:30. Following that, we should see a bit of activity. Okay, that's it for this one. Have a great weekend, and as ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.